In our last learning target of the year, we're going to be taking a look at an inequality with two variables, x and y. These are called linear inequalities, and instead of graphing them on a single number line, we're going to graph them on a coordinate plane. So we really need to remember the process for graphing a line. When the line is in slope-intercept form, remember, I'm sure most of you remember the y equals mx plus b form of a line. So you need to identify your y-intercept. Well, in this case, our y-intercept is 3. So we're going to go up 3 on our y-axis. And then you use your slope, rise over run. So to turn an integer into a fraction, you put it over 1. So we're going to rise 2, run 1. And I like to use my whole coordinate plane. So you can also fall 2 and run left 1. Make sure that your slope matches your line. And what I mean by that is if you have a positive slope, your line should be rising. If you have a negative slope, your line should be falling. Before you make your line, this is the part most students forget because you're so used to just throwing a line after you've plotted your points, you need to ask yourself, is your line solid or dotted? There's two differences between graphing an inequality and graphing a regular line. One is that you might have a dotted line for the same reason that you would have an open circle on a single number line. This is less than or equal to, so we will have a solid line on this one. And then we need to check a point for the solution. The second difference is that there will be shading when we graph our inequality, because half of these points on our coordinate plane will make the inequality true, the other half will not. So we're going to shade where it makes the inequality true. And in order to slide this up so I have a little more room to work, anytime 0, 0 is an option, and what I mean by that is that you can't pick an ordered pair that is on your line. So if your line goes through the origin, you have to pick some other pair. But if it doesn't, always use 0, 0 because those are easy numbers to work with. So substituting them into our inequality, we check to see, is it true? Is 0 less than or equal to 3? If the answer is yes, you shade on the same side of the line with that ordered pair. If the answer is no, you shade on the other side of the line. Well, we got yes, so we're going to shade everywhere on the right-hand side of our line. Okay? And the second part is to list 3 solutions. Well, we've got one of them. We found 0, 0 when we tested the point to see if it was true. Any other ordered pair that's shaded in will make it true. So I could pick this one right here, 3, negative 2. Or I could pick one over here, negative 2, negative 8. And if we substituted both of those into our inequality, they would make it true. So you can test those. One more with slope-intercept form, and then we're going to remind ourselves how to graph from standard form. So again, plot that y-intercept. This time mine is negative 4. So I'm going to go down 4 on my y-axis. My slope is negative 2/3, so I'm going to think about that before I graph. My line should fall. So I'm going to go down 2, right 3, and keep using my slope for my whole coordinate plane. Before you graph your line, is it solid or dotted? It's especially important that you use pencil on this assignment because I guarantee you will automatically make a solid line. And I'll tell you, you have to fix it, and you can't fix it if you used a pen. So this time, y is greater than. There's no or equal to, so this is a dotted line. And what I do for my dotted lines is I just leave my points there. I put arrows on the end of them because it's a line. Check a point for a solution. Again, nicely enough, ours does not go through 0, 0, so I'm going to substitute 0 in for x and y. To see if my inequality is true. Is 0 greater than negative 4? Yes. So I will be shading on the same side of the line where the origin is. List 3 solutions. Well, again, I've already got one of them. I tested 0, 0 and it worked. any other 3 points on that side of the line. So for example, 2, 0 or 0, 6.